Hey guys, this is Tale of Two Dead Girls. I'm your host Kayla,
And I'm your host, Kale.
and this is our Morbid Mini episode number 20. This is where we share the stories that you guys send us via email, and it's gonna be fun. Before we get into it, I wanted to talk about this productivity drink that we tried. I lately, not even lately, like the past few years, I've been really into like I wouldn't even call it alternative health, because this is all like natural shit that like the earth produces, like alternative medicine, I feel
It's
like
like
is like
holistic
yeah,
food.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. So like holistic stuff. I love all of that, like the gut health probiotic drinks and different supplements and those immunity shots and whatever. So we had the opportunity to try something called Magic Mind, and this is the world's first productivity drink. So we got a 3-day supply each, and it's best to take it consistently every day. We got to try it, and I was excited to try it because all of like the ingredients was like something that I was looking for, and I have anxiety and I deal with panic attacks, and actually so does Kale.
Yeah.
So we were definitely excited to try something like this that can make us feel more energetic or like alert because we both have a hard time focusing, and our energy is just low, because we got a whole lot of shit going on in our lives. And so seeing that there was like ashwagandha in this and lion's mane.
I take ashwagandha gummies and they help with my anxiety a lot when it's getting pretty bad. But the Magic Mind drink has just like a bunch of more things. So it like boosts your energy, increases focus, boosts memory, boosts mood, decreases stress, decreases inflammation, and then it also has a lot of antioxidants. Definitely is like a tiny drink packed with like a lot of stuff, like a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, so when we tried it, I think we tried to do it like at the same time, like the same days we were taking it so we can like,
Yeah.
see who feels what and what we feel and stuff like that. And I remember the first day I took it, the taste wasn't my favorite.
Yeah.
You could barely taste the matcha, but there's like so many other things in it. There's just other powerful flavors in it that kind of just it all kind of clashes. It's not really like a smooth taste, it's got a little funky taste, but it's bearable.
It definitely has like a blend of flavors. Like you get
Yes.
one flavor when you first drink it, and then you get like another flavor when it's like going down, and then you get like another flavor when it's like settled in your mouth.
Yeah.
Like the matcha first, I don't like matcha at all. So the matcha to me
Right.
was kind of gross, but then it had like a lemony honey flavor after. So the aftertaste wasn't so bad.
Right. I do love matcha though, so it was a little different for me, but it was still
Yeah.
kind of meh, but bearable, like I said. So, first day, obviously, you probably won't feel anything because it's like the first time you're taking it, and it's best to take it consistently to actually see the difference in your energy levels and whatever. And but yeah, I didn't really notice much of a difference. The next 2 days, though, I did start to feel less groggy and tired like I usually am. I mean, I feel like if we stuck with it and continued it with it, it definitely like would change our body, like internally for the best.
Well, because for me, I was nervous to take it because I had to cut out caffeine because my anxiety got so bad at one point that like caffeine was just making it way, way worse. So I cut out all caffeine. So I was a little nervous to take it because although it doesn't have caffeine in it, it definitely like says that it's going to boost your energy and everything. So I was a little nervous, but it wasn't
Right.
like that coffee caffeine high at all. Like it just felt
Right.
more natural. Like you just felt
Right.
more naturally energized, more naturally
Mhm.
like more awake. And yeah, I mean, I have a hard job as a dog groomer, so taking this, I feel like it did give me energy and help me have like more of a level head going into work that day because I
Yeah.
took it in the morning before work. So
Yeah. And just to clarify, this drink does have caffeine, but it's like so much less than coffee. I think it only had like 30 milligrams, if I'm correct. I could be wrong. I don't know. But it was a very small amount because matcha naturally has caffeine because it's like green tea. But like the caffeine from matcha slash like green tea is like supposed to not make you feel crappy
Yeah.
and jittery and stuff like that. But yeah, if you guys want to try it, we do have a discount code for you, so you should definitely check it out if you're interested in this kind of thing, or if you can't have coffee and you need something to help you focus. You can go to magicmind.co/deadgirls to use our code, and you'll put in deadgirls20. So www.magicmind.co/deadgirls. So DEADGIRLS. And with the discount code, you'll get 20% off if you make like a one-time order, and then you'll get 40% off if you do a subscription. So again, the coupon code is deadgirls20. Also, the 40% off code only lasts 10 days from when this episode airs, so go get your drinks.
Yeah, guys, so go get your Magic Mind drinks. Let us know how they work out for you. We're definitely excited to hear back. And with that, we're just going to go ahead and get into our Morbid Mini episode. And I have a story from Eve. Okay, so it starts out, you're welcome to ask me any questions, but I grew up in a haunted house with rather intelligent activity, so I considered it a poltergeist. But the place was like a ghost hotel where entities would come and go, and a few permanent residents. I lived there from birth to age 21 in Centennial, Colorado. As a child, I would converse with what I called the men in the walls. They would whisper and tell me things. I was about 8 when they said I could meet them if I stuck a fork in the electrical outlet, which is how I learned I don't listen to them.
Oh my god, first of all, the men in the walls, that's fucking spooky.
Terrifying
Oh
already.
my god. And then telling her to put a fork in an electrical outlet? Like what? Oh
That is
my
so
god.
scary.
They're trying to kill her. Can you die from electrocution through that thing? Have you ever stuck
Yes.
anything in there?
No,
Oh my
but you
god,
can
I have.
die. You
Oh
did?
wow. Yeah, when I was like 9, I think I stuck like one of those little tiny diary keys in
Oh,
one, and yeah, my thumb turned like brown.
oh my
It
gosh,
shocked me.
Kayla. I
Yeah.
remember in school someone stuck like a paperclip in one and it like set off the fire alarm. Like,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
They didn't get
Wow.
shocked too badly, thankfully, but yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So that's awful. Anyways, we had a childlike poltergeist caused by household trauma. It often would call the house, the caller ID, always had my house number, and a scratchy child voice would whisper, hello, and sometimes ask for candy. It likes to knock things off shelves and push people around and play games. You'd hear bouncy balls through the house and whispers of, come play with me.
Ew. I can't believe that's real. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it's like a movie.
Yeah.
Once, when I was cooking pancakes, it played hide and go seek. A disembodied voice echoed, I'm in the living room. So I wandered in there to look around, and nothing. Then I'm in the dining room, turned around, nothing. I'm outside. I decided to go back to cooking, and not a minute later, in a growling demonic voice, I'm right behind you. I was completely
Oh
startled, threw
my
the
god.
pancakes and everything in the air as I went running through the door.
Oh my god.
If we watched horror movies, it would copy scenes. The movie Shudder, it jiggled door handles. The Ring, TVs would turn on to static. We had several times being pushed, thrown, slapped, punched, and sat on. We would warn
Whoa.
guests to not say things like ghosts aren't real because they would challenge the girl who said that. The doors all swung open at the same time and she got her hair pulled and then down the basement steps. Another time, a girl went in the basement, the door slammed shut, and 6 of us were trying to pry it open as we heard some disembodied growling and sounds of crashing like it was jumping around. There was a black mass, turn the electronics on and play weird, creepy music, loud footsteps and yelling from the basement, a man who would walk from the driveway to the garage that would disappear. The night terrors were traumatizing. My father also haunted the place after his death. He would stand in the hallway. Once there was some glasses by his ashes, which all exploded and the lights went out, and then handprints appeared on the mirror behind them. What the heck? That's so sad. I heard shrieking from the basement once when I went down there. The doors were completely pulled off the hinges, doorknobs pulled in half, and very large scratch marks and holes in the doors. There's probably more, but this led to strange house rituals. No lights were ever off. We would run through the house at speeds even as an adult and turn them all the way on if they were off. You don't sleep at night and you never forget. You move away, those memories haunt you, so I've never lost my connection to the spirit realm. Now, skip to over a decade later in 2020, after a few paranormal events happening, my partner got possessed. His
What the
eyes changed
fuck?
colors. He spoke in tongues and went on long, crazy rants about the nature of reality, and then he'd act like a toddler. Disembodied voices started. He'd get angry and things would vibrate or fly off shelves. He was in this state of psychosis for over a month. The paranormal finds a way of finding me. I have stories aplenty.
Jesus Christ. That was
Eve!
packed.
Oh my goodness.
Holy crap.
This is
She
like
had,
way too
oh my
casually
god.
worded for me.
Like, yeah, honestly, like, Eve, you had probably the most fucking scariest situations happening that I've ever heard of, like, in real life, like, not just, like, through Ghost Adventures or something on TV, because it's, like,
Yeah.
I feel like maybe some of those could be dramatized, or, is that the word? Like, where they make it,
Like in a
they just,
show?
like, yeah, like, where they just, like,
Yeah.
overly, they, like, exaggerate it. That's what I'm trying
Yeah.
to say. Like, it's not exactly how it went down, but, like, this is spooky as hell. Holy
Yeah,
crap.
this is really scary. Like, peace be with you. You need to get some
Yeah,
sage or something. Like, geez, that's
we
so terrifying.
want you to send us more of your stories. You said you got plenty, so please send us all of them.
Yeah, that is so crazy. I'm so sorry you had to live like this. Like, that's awful.
Okay, so we have an email from Jan. She titled it Anecdote. Hello, my name is Jan, and my story begins like this. You had several days without sleeping well. I felt that something was wrong. I started having nightmares, and it was impossible for me to wake up from my dreams. I am Mexican, and we have many beliefs about things that happen to you. One is something that is known as the dead man came up, when in medical terms is when the brain turns off and disconnects part of your body that it is not using. So when you wake up, you can't move your body. Well, that happened that day, August 23rd, 2014. Something was pulling me up as if they were choking me with something. I couldn't breathe. I asked whatever was pulling me to leave me alone, so it was. I couldn't sleep anymore. The next day, my day continued normal. Until checking my Facebook, I read a message from a friend I hadn't spoken to in years, where he told me that he knew what had happened and that I needed to talk to my husband at home. I was here in Seattle while he was in Mexico with my oldest daughter. I immediately dialed, but no one answered the phone. Finally, after 1,000 attempts, my brother-in-law answered the phone. I asked him what had happened, and he couldn't tell me. His voice sounded different, and it sounded like he wasn't okay. He told me, they killed Hugo, which is my husband. Everything left me that day. If there was hope, I lost it. That day, like everything else, I felt there was nothing inside of me. I cried for months, but I couldn't go back to Mexico because I felt guilty since I wasn't there with him. Oh, wait, so someone killed her husband? Holy
Yeah.
shit. Oh my god. Wait, Jesus. I'm so sorry. This is crazy. You can't go back. Every time I went to sleep, I looked for him in my dreams to ask him what had happened. He told me about 3 people who were there, about a notebook, and about his death. One night, my youngest daughter woke up crying. She told me, Mommy, I saw my daddy. He was an angel, but his wings had blood. That broke my heart. She was still 3 years old, and I had not told her about the death of her daddy. Another day, I noticed that she had locked all the doors where she was. I asked her why there was that. She told me, Daddy told me that if I didn't do it, something bad could happen to me. It had already been 6 months since his death, and nothing was known. They found him lying on a bed with a disfigured face and without his shoes. Talking to my brother-in-law, you could find out that the murderer was walking free and that the police hadn't done anything because the guy had money. But my husband's friend had another friend who was related to the murderer. So I talked to her, asking her to give her friend a message. Quote, tell him that he will not be able to sleep comfortably. Hire someone to kill them. He clarified that this was a lie. I only did it so that his friend would be afraid. That was a disclaimer.
Yeah.
I already know who the 3 are that were there that day. End quote. She judged me crazy and blocked me on Facebook. 3 days later, I had the best call of my life. My mother-in-law called me and told me the murderer was caught. His underage nephew accused him of abuse and declared that the uncle, which was the murderer, had threatened to kill him if he did not help him in a kidnapping. She told him, "If you don't help me, I'll kill you like Hugo." The boy went with his father, the brother of the murderer, and he was the one who took him to the police. Not even a week passed after that, and the guy was mobbed. The murderer declared that he, quote, had murdered him while he was sleeping with a necklace around his neck that could suffocate him, as if it happened to me, and with a blow to the head, I killed him. Although he kept hitting him, he laid him down on the bed and he took off his shoes because, according to him, it's so that he can't follow you after he's dead, which are assassins' beliefs. He died on the 23rd. 23 was my lucky number for life. And the first song I learned since I was 7. It turned out to be the song that hurt me the most to listen to, since it talks about a friend who was taken away by fate without warning. Who would believe that I would practice a song for more than 20 years to sing it to someone I love so much? 7 years by his side, and he died. Why does everything die? But like every day, a new life is born. I hope you finish reading it. And if you made it this far, thank you for reading. I still dream of him, and I also look for him. The lights flicker where I go, usually on. And goodbye. Oh my god, this was so heartbreaking
Yeah.
and very, I wouldn't even say spooky. It's just like heartbreaking and crazy how you had those experiences, like that dream of something
Yeah.
happening to your husband, and like, or not even happening to your husband, it was happening to you, but
Yeah.
in reality it was actually happening to your husband. Like, that is so crazy. You guys must have been so soulfully connected that, like, I don't know.
Yeah. What was happening to him was happening to you at the same time, but like spiritually. Like that's so crazy and scary. Like this was really like really sad. I'm sorry for your loss. That's got to be so hard, but I'm really glad that the murderer was caught and
Yes.
like got what he deserved for sure. And I hope that you and your daughter are okay now and in a good
Yes.
place. And it seems like he's still with you guys. Like you said, the lights flicker where you go. And
That's so sweet.
yeah.
He's close to you all the time, always with you guys, and that's awesome that you still have him in your heart. And thank you so much for sharing that. I know it must have been hard to kind of relive it through, writing that to us. So, thank you. So that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you have any spooky paranormal stories or any stories similar to Jan, then please send it to us if you'd like. Taleoftwodeadgirls at gmail.com. Also, we are putting our episodes on YouTube now, so there's no video. If you want to, if you don't have like Spotify or Apple Podcasts like on your TV or something, and you're just hanging out in your living room or cooking or something, and you want to turn your TV on and listen to us, you can find us on YouTube. Not all the episodes are up yet, but they will be up. All of them will be up, hopefully within this month. So yeah, check that out. Our YouTube is Tale of Two Dead Girls. It might be Tale of Two Dead Girls podcast, so just look that up, and subscribe to our channel. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. If you have any stories, please email them to us, and we'll meet you 6 feet under.
Until next time, spooky friends.